How am I going to get in the best shape of my life before I turn 50? Hey guys, it is Coach Brad with the Get You in Shape program and the founder of the Transform Temple Coaching Program, where we help Christian men over 40 get in the best shape of their lives mentally, physically, and spiritually. And it is my turn. I've been able to be blessed to be able to help hundreds and thousands of people look and perform better since starting coaching in 1998. And I'm sharing with you my journey of being the best mentally, physically, and spiritually before I turn 50 in a few short weeks. This is the actual first what happens first video. And so I'm going to share exactly how we work with our clients to get them to be in the best mentally, physically, and spiritual shape that they have. And this is how we start. So step one is going to be right here in the mind. I mentioned it's the mind, body, and spirit, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Well, we start right here. Before we know where we're going, we've got to know where we are at right now. And so first things first, you have to have a game plan. And so with this, what do we want to accomplish? In my case, I'm about to be 50 years old. What do I want? I want to grow in the areas of my mind, my body, and my spirit. And so that's the first thing. I have to set some goals in that area. So I want to grow in my mindset. I want to grow with, as far as I want to become a better person with my mind. And so that's the first thing. So that's the goal, is the grow. I have to set some action steps. So in here, I put my personal one goal is to become my mind, grow in my mindset. And so the action step is what I put is make time to wake up. Because for me, I've got 7 kids. The best time for me to do anything is in the morning before the kids get up. So that's the first thing. I have to make time and put it on, and that's a part of my morning miracle, or my morning time where I do my prayers. I also have to work on my daily affirmations. So in order for me to grow, I have these affirmations that I'm going to focus on every day to help with my growth mentally. And then I also want to do 10 pages a day, read 10 pages. So that's the first goal, is to work on my mind. The second is my body. So right now, again, you're going to write some goals. So what I say, and again, what we're talking about with our clients, what that means is what is your goals mentally, physically, and spiritually. The first thing is writing a tangible goal. So if it's to lose weight, if it's to become more flexible, if it's to get healthier, if it's to get off your medicines, all that is a tangible goal. So for me, I'm around 13% body fat. I want to get around 12% body fat. So that's not too much of adjustment, but there's some action steps that need to happen in order for me to reach those goals. So for me, 3 to 4 strength training or resistance training workouts a week is going to be the first goal. That's the action steps in order for me to do that. The other one is going to be continuing my fasting component. So for me, fasting is one easy way for me to continue to be at the low body fat that I have. Incorporating different fasting components helps me do that and makes the whole process of me sustaining it much easier. And then the last is focusing on getting more protein. So I've got the goals, and then there's action steps behind achieving those goals. The second goal for my body, being almost 50, is to increase or get better at my flexibility and mobility. Part of that is going to be me personally trying to stretch every single day. And when I said action steps on doing that, so again, you have the goal, then you have to have some action steps behind achieving the goals. By the way, in the show notes below, there's going to be a link to a free goal setting seminar that I did, a webinar that I did, that you'll have access to all of these notes that you can download for free, and there'll be access down in the show notes. So, but easy way to do it is you're going to write your goals and then your action steps behind achieving those goals. So again, my goal is to be more flexible and more mobile, and then the action steps behind that is when I'm doing some of my prayer time in the morning and my mindset stuff in the morning, I'm going to add stretching as a part of that. The second is I'm going to be intentional about doing it every single day. So I've got that, and then intentional throughout the day. An example, when my kids are maybe at soccer practice, I'm going to stretch instead of sit down like all the other parents do and look at their phones. I'm going to be intentional about it. Another time is possibly when I'm watching TV with the kids or doing something, I'm going to be more intentional. The other thing I'm going to do as far as the stretching is concerned, I am going to be focusing on a few movements because my hips are very tight. So the couch stretch, pigeon stretch are going to be two that I'm going to focus on at least 3 to 4 times a week, doing more of those stretches. So that is my body. And then the last is my spiritual. I want to grow as this life continues to fold. I want to continue my walk going closer and getting closer to the Lord. And so that's the goal. The goal is my lifelong journey is to be closer to the Lord every day, every step. And although we might take 2 steps back, I'm taking 3 steps forward. And so my action steps is giving my first fruits of the day to God. And so again, with 7 kids, it is tough. So for me, I've got to be intentional about making sure I go to bed at night, making sure I get enough rest, but then intentional about before the kids get up, I'm giving my first fruit. So I'm waking up plenty of time, 30, 45 minutes to an hour, so I can get that quiet time in, so I can listen to the Lord, so I can be in His presence, so I can read His Word in the Bible. So that's the first thing. And then and be intentional about partnering with Him throughout each and every day. So every day, wake up, everything I am needing for that day, give that to Him. I surrender to His will and His providential will in my life, and then I humble myself knowing that I need to partner with Him in order to do the things I need to do to glorify Him throughout that each day. And then the other thing I have for my action steps is, again, this is a daily, but die to myself and then take up my cross each and every day. So that's the first thing you got to do. You have to have 3 short-term goals. And as it relates to the majority of folks that we focus on, we're really mainly focusing on the body since I'm a health and fitness coach, but you're going to be focusing on your mind and spirit as well along. And then once you have your 3 short-term, your goals have a longer time. I'm focusing on 6 months or a little less than 6 months for my 50 years, so I'm going over that. But when you in the show notes, again, I'll give you, I did actually a goal setting workshop, and so you'll have access to that, and you'll learn exactly what we go over with our clients to write down goals. So that's the first thing. The second part, because we can always have goals, but it's the reason why you want to achieve your goals that's going to drive your choices. And for me, we are all creatures of our habits. So in our habits, we have created those habits. In order to change those habits, we have to change our choices. So how do we change our choices? We change them by having a big enough reason to change your choices. And so pretty simple. The goals in what we typically deal with is losing weight, having more energy, get off medicine. So I'll kind of share with you what this means, but those are all goals. We can throw them up in the air, but in order for us to actually achieve those goals, we have to have a reason why we need to achieve those goals. Example, I need to lose weight, or I want to lose weight. It's so that I can fit in those clothes in my closet and that I haven't been able to wear in years, or so that I don't have to spend money to buy new clothes, or so that I feel amazing when I go to Hawaii for my trip in 9 months for my vacation. Those are the reasons why you're wanting to lose weight, which is going to dictate your choices. An example is so that I can get off my medicines, or so I can get rid of my type 2 diabetes. And the reason you want to lose weight or get healthy is so that you get off of your meds, or you get off, get rid of your type 2 diabetes, which is all it can be done with following a healthy diet and exercise consistently over time. It certainly can, and we've done it time and time again with our clients. So for me, what are my so that's? What's driving me to become a better person, continue to work on my physical, my mental, and my spiritual side. So these are going to drive my choices to actually follow through. And so that I can live with the purpose and intention that God has created me to be. One of my other so that's is so that I am God's light to others. And then just from a basic standpoint, so that I am fit and healthy as my kids get older. They're 13 all the way to 2 right now, so that I have energy to play with them when I get home from work. So these are going to drive my choices to actually follow the basics goals that I've done here. It's going to drive my choices that over time will dictate or lead to my new habits. Okay. And then last is so that I can be fit and healthy for my future grandkids. So that's going to drive into my mobility and stretching. Why am I stretching? One of those reasons why is so that in 10, 15, 20 years, probably more 15 to 20 years, when God willing, I have grandchildren, I am fit and healthy. I can get on the floor with them. I can play, and I can just have fun with grandkids. That's one of the reasons why I'm focusing on that. So that's the first step we have to do in order to reach whatever your goals you're doing. We have to write your goals down, write it down. The reason why you write it down is because I have now a 42% greater chance, so says these studies, that just by writing my goal down, I have a 42% greater chance of actually achieving my goals just by writing it down. The second part of that is, now that I've written them down, I have to have some accountability in order to actually raise that 42% to 76%. So just by having an accountability partner, which I'm going to be once a week holding myself accountable to, sharing how I did on these goals, it's going to increase that rate of achievement to 76%. So if you're looking to get in the best shape of your life, first off, do this first step, which is write your goals down. Second, guess what the second step is? You have to have accountability, because that's going to increase your rate of achievement. Okay, get your spouse, get your friend, get a coach maybe you have, go online, maybe get in a group. There is a lot of ways to seek accountability, but the goal and what this research says, that just by sharing that once a week with an accountability partner increases that 42% to 76%. And yes, I'm a little biased. I'm a health and fitness professional. And so if your goal is to look, feel, and perform better, and you reach out to an accountability like our Transform Temple coaching program that comes with 24/7 accountability, where we're going to be working with our clients step by step, that 76 will actually increase to almost 100%, because you're now working on a customization. You're working on someone that's going to give you a different plan based on your personal struggles and issues that you have. So that's your first step. So this is my first step. I had to sit down, write my goals down, what I want to achieve as it relates to being the best version of myself at 50. So just to hold you accountable, first thing is, if you haven't liked and subscribed to our video, we're going to be punching these videos once a week. I'm going to share what I'm doing to get in my best shape of my life as I turn 50. That will hopefully help you. But your goal or your homework is to download on the show notes, go and get the goal setting workshop that we did, and then download the 4 sheets and write your goals down. And then, yes, I love love for you to share your goals with me, either down in the comment section, or as you download, you'll have access to my email and you can reach that. So that's it. That's my first step of becoming the best version of myself at age 50. If you like this, make sure you comment. I certainly would love to know who's following along this journey with me. Again, my goal is to use my time, my talents, and my treasures to hopefully motivate, encourage, and inspire someone else to live the best version of their selves too. And so my shirt says it all. Make today count. We only have today. It's a present. So you guys make today count and have a great one. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel and like and comment so I know who's watching. You guys have a blessed one.